Hi, English class. So we are going to start our college research portion of the course. So what's going to happen is next week you're going to get all the directions and the rubric and a sample of a PowerPoint, or excuse me, a Google slide presentation that you're going to create about college. So you just, or in the midst of completing a career presentation that you researched a career, now you're going to research a college. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about different types of colleges, how do you pick one? And the first step I think that's important is to just learning how to navigate College Board, because that's the main tool I think most of you are going to use when trying to research a college. So I'm on collegeboard.org. So if you click on the upper right hand corner, you're going to go to, oh man, I mess this up every time. Let's see if I get this right. It's either college planning or college search. I'm going to say it's planning. Let me check. Yeah. Did I do it right? Did I do it right? Yes, I did. So there are two things you could do here. The page it always looks different every time I go on it. I'm shocked. Anyways, so there are more than 2,000 colleges in the United States. You have to find the right fit. So if there's a school that you already know that you want to look up, you can place the school's name there and look up the information. That's not what I want you to do yet. One of the things that I really discourage you from doing, and we're going to talk about best fit next week probably. Is really, oh, my friend went here, or I heard of it, or it sounds good. I saw an ad. Oh, that's the worst. Oh, I saw an ad. So you want to go in this with an open mind. So you're going to click this one where you're searching for colleges based off of different things that you deem important. So right now, you may be thinking about, so this is what your page should look like. And then on the left-hand side here where it says college search, these are all the different filters. So all of you are going to have different things that are important for you right now. Some of you have more specifics in terms of what you're looking for in a college. Some of you still have no idea. So let's go through some of these. So test scores and selectivity. So you should have gotten your SAT scores back. So if you want to look at schools based on that, you can. Someone reached out and asked if they should take the June SAT, if it's going to be available. According to the College Board website, it is open. You can apply for it. Will there actually be a June SAT? I don't know. So my suggestion would be to go to Ms. K, email her and ask her that question. So you may want to look at schools based on SAT. So you click on your SAT score, and then it shows you what schools you can get into. Then there's the type of school. We're going to go over all of this week. So you will know what all of this means by the end of this week, what type of school it is. Location. Some of you know that you're going to stay home. Some of you know you're going to go away, and some of you may be unsure. So this is where you would look at schools by location. Then you have campus and housing. This is more important, in my opinion. This is more important if you are going away. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. This may be important to everyone. So when you're looking, no, I was right. I'm sorry, I read this wrong. So again, if you're going away, there's a big difference between rural and suburban. So if you want to go and live in the woods versus going and being away from folks, but not, that far away, that's part of that. So the setting. Um, for me, I did go away to school, and it was important for me to go to a school where most students lived on campus, because if I'm going to go there and I'm going to live there, I want to have a lot of folks having the same experiences as me. I didn't want to go into my classroom and make friends and they weren't going to be on the campus with me. Conversely, if I was going to commute to a school and I wanted to make friends and build relationships, I'm not sure I'd want to commute to a school where everyone else was living there. I might feel a little left out. So that's something to think about. So the setting is important. Again, these I think are more important if you're going to go away, but that's up to you on how you want to look at it. So, majors and learning environment. So for many of you now, you have research, all of you have researched a career. So you can look up schools by that. So here it would be the field of study. So I know some folks are like, oh, well, I know, um, I want to do something in health, but I don't know if I want to be a nurse or a doctor, or I need to do more research on that. Um, Study by options, don't worry too much about that. I wouldn't click away on that one. And then don't worry about the bottom, unless this is important if you're staying at home. Um, but this, if you're staying at home going to CUNY, they have all this. So again, this page is important if you know what you want to study and you want to click away and narrow your schools down by that. I'm going to click trades and personal service just to have that up there. Okay. And then we have sports and oh, and this is also good. Once you click something, is that you don't care, you want, and it's a must have. So this is just something I want. I feel like if it's a major, that's a must have. Whereas there are other things that you're like, it would be nice if they had this, but it's not a deal breaker. Um, Sports activities. So if you want to go to school with a specific sport or an activity, like you know that you were meant to be a part of a student newspaper, and that's the most important thing for you, you can click that there. Academic credit. Not important for right now. Unless you're an AP student, maybe you want to click that. That might be important to you. Paying, we're going to talk more about this later on. I'm not sure if it's next week or past that. But when it says 0% of financial need a school can meet, so some schools try to meet 100% of financial aid. And then tuitions, don't really mess with this. I'll explain why later. Okay, and then additional support programs. So if there's something that you need in terms of counseling, or there's one with daycare, that's great. If you have your own personal impairments, so you click around that. And then diversity. Especially, and again, this is more of an opinion, but especially for those of you going away, many of those, the CUNY schools are diverse. SUNY schools, and then private schools, and especially private schools that are away, they really lack diversity. So if that's something that's important to you, you may want to click around or be part of one of these specialized missions. Okay. So right now, I think the two filters we put in there is I want to go to a school. Oh, I want to be part of the school newspaper. Super important, excuse me. I want my AP credits to be recognized and a trades service. So there are 348 schools in this country that do that. So once you start narrowing things down, then you can click directly on the school. Let's see if there's any I know. Let's see. I don't know these. Doesn't matter if I do, but I'm just saying. Let's see. Let's go to Florida. Why not, right? So then you click, and then you'll see this, and you'll get all the information you need to know about that school. So when you get a school, it's going to give you the name. It's going to give you the general overview. Then deadlines. We will have a whole discussion about applications, so don't worry about that quite yet. These are the majors in learning. Not that much information on here, which is interesting. Let me check something else out before I keep ranting on and on. This is a public community. So here's one thing I will say, and I don't want to get anyone too confused. I would not go to a public school outside of the state of New York for this reason. So if you are a Florida resident, you are going to pay $4,000. Good for you. That's great. If you're out of state, you're going to spend 12. So a public university is cheaper for the folks living in that state because your taxes go to paying for this. So that's just something to note. If you're going to go to a public university, you want to go to one in the state or city of New York because you're a New Yorker. If you go to a public school outside of the state, you're going to pay more than residents that live in that particular state. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on here, but again, this should be Big Future, should be your go-to. You just spend lots of time on here, clicking around, take notes, write down schools that seem of interest to you, because please have an open mind. We're not just looking at brand names or, oh, I've gone here, or, oh, I love when a kid tells me, they sent me an email. All right, they sent me mail. Ignore all that. Still, just ignore all that, okay? So this is how you navigate through College Board. I hope this was helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions.